Thank you. I'm Dave Upmeyer, part of the Lutheran Task Force work group, and I guess my question is to Mark. Your comments in your presentation, I think, more or less said the best hope for resolution of this is through the churches. Advocacy in Washington is great, and we should continue to do it, but the chances of change are not real good. Wondered if you could expand on some of your suggestions on what the churches and the work groups could specifically be doing. Are we to the point of BDS and things like that? Are there more effective things that we could be doing? As our work groups address this issue, where should we be focusing our efforts?
First of all, awareness and education, build the base. So make sure that your churches have a robust program of education. Speakers, there's some wonderful videos and films out there, pilgrimages, visits, all of that. There's no substitute for education and awareness building. People are open, people are ready, they want to know about it. Make sure that your pastor is on board. You know, I've spoken and I've preached in many churches, and I had one experience where the pastor, this is an Episcopal church, high church in Washington, near Capitol Hill actually, lovely guy. He had me up there and I gave a sermon and I didn't hold back, and somewhere around the first 2 paragraphs, a guy stood up, went to the aisle, walked out. And afterwards I came up to Father Albert. I said, Albert, is that okay? He said, if that doesn't happen once in a while, I'm not doing my job. So that's who we need. That's what we need. And the short answer in terms of action, you asked about BDS, the short answer is yes, yes, yes. It's good in so many ways. It's a big tent. You can come in and say, I want to boycott products made in the settlements. Or you can go all the way and say, I want an academic, cultural, and economic boycott of the state of Israel and everything about it and everything it does and everything it touches. You can be in a tent in that way. It all works, and it also raises awareness. Think about all the Presbyterians who learned a whole lot and have been learning a whole lot about the situation just because of the controversy about BDS. I have a good Methodist story on that too. There was 2 years ago, before the Methodist General Conference, there was it was in Fort Worth, and you have this pre-conference thing where everybody gets together and they have seminars to educate the delegates about what the issues, and I had a debate about that. There were 4 people up like this on a stage, and 2 were for and 2 were against divesting from Caterpillar, Motorola, and a few others. And so the Methodists are on it, but this is a good story. There was, I was there actually, I had my JVP hat on, and because the people who were sponsoring the overture, or whatever it's called in the Methodist Church, the initiative, knew that the lobby was going to be there and they were going to be speaking from the floor against the divestment initiative, so they needed a couple of other voices, specifically Jewish voices that they knew would speak in favor of it. So I got up and I did speak in favor of it, and then a rabbi from the Wiesenthal Center in Los Angeles got up. And the Wiesenthal Center, if those of you don't know it, is really part of it's a fairly aggressive right-wing Jewish advocacy organization. These guys play for keeps. And he was brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant, because this is what you're up against. I'll never forget what he said. He had 90 seconds. He used 20 seconds and sat down. And in his 20 seconds, he got up and he said, it was right after I spoke, he said, I know you're being told that to do this is not anti-Semitic, but I gotta tell you, it feels that way. And he sat down. And what do you think happened? It went down. Oh yeah, it went down.